Okay, welcome to the Obscure Toy Files. I am your host, Boggs, and we're back with the part 2, or part 3. Yeah, part 3, because the first part broke. So, part 3 of the NECA 2022 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Dungeons & Dragons Lost Wave. So we're going to start with, we're going to continue with Skylla, the evil wizard. So this is a very unique figure because she wasn't supposed to, she never made it out back in the day. I'm going to try not to slip my own hand open in camera, because that would be good. And so getting her as an action figure is really cool because she only existed as a miniature. Like if you go on eBay and type in Skylla, LJN Dungeons and Dragons, you can, or Advanced Dungeons Dragons, you can get a miniature of her. And the miniature came on a small card, like a miniaturized version of this cardback. And it had the same artwork and the same bio. So that was what was cool about the LJN line. They gave you bios to really explain what each character was, and that's really important sometimes when you're playing, so you know what the heck you're actually playing with. So this is Skylla, the evil wizard. Now, she's all brand new. None of her parts were ever used for anything else before, so this is like a brand new scenario for her, which I think is kind of neat. So we're going to see her different weapons and stuff. She's got a really cool staff. I can't zoom in on that. I'm trying to focus. Focus. It's pretty cool looking. It's got like some, like looks like plant details or feathers or something, or flames maybe. Got like a little blade on the end. That's pretty cool. And she has other little accessories coming off to the side. That all fell out immediately. These are so small. Oh my god. Comes with like a. Why did I drop it instantly? A little familiar. It's like a raven or some kind. Some sort of crow. And she comes with a. Now this doesn't have as much flex as Kellick's dagger did, so this is a little bit more. Like you really can't. Like this is a little. If you went like you'd break it. So it comes with a bit more of an ornate dagger. Comes with a smaller dagger. Oh, sorry, smaller dagger. Just like a regular old dagger. Then she comes with a wand, which looks like it has some sort of like bird claw grabbing it, and then the wand comes out of the tip. Wingardium Leviosa. Those Harry Potter fans. And she's actually held in by these little rubber tie things. We gotta snip those off. I'm sorry again not to hit myself. Perfect. I didn't get injured. This is a good day. And she just pops right out of there. Shabooski. And this is the first time we're getting an actual Skylla figure in Dungeons and Dragons. So this is a pretty monumental moment for a lot of things. Now, I'm not doing this to be naughty, but we have to see what's under her robe. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, and folks at home. So she's got a belt. It's made of like a pliable rubbery material. A little cool looking, like like a happy skull monster on it. Like, that's right, I'm Skylla's belt. This is amazing. Made out of the same cloth as the one that Kellick's cape was. It's definitely indicative of the time. She has like a helmet on her head with horns, and the horns are pliable so they can bend a little bit. No head articulation, which I think is part of the course for most of the LJN figures. Some of them did, some of them didn't. It depends on the thing. And she has like some boots, some little like details there. And then yeah, so okay, we're gonna take off her belt, which is held on with a peg. Just pop the peg off carefully. And then her robe just kind of goes like that. So let's see. Just one of the things too is that you don't know what her sculpt looks like underneath because she's wearing this big black robe. And you can see a little bit of it in the drawing, but other than that, boom. Okay, and wow, all right, so they did it the exact same way. So they have, again, not being naughty, but looks like they have the same kind of O-ring construction, but not really. Okay, they don't exactly. They did give him like a ball and socket kind of a thing. So not a bad idea at all. Like it was a good move. Her shoulders are articulated to go up and down. Now, this is something I'm noticing right now just from handling her. She doesn't have a lot of articulation, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you have to be taken into a consideration when you're holding her that her arms are very thin. I mean, like, you're not going to be grabbing this and yanking, you're going to snap something. So just hold her by her shoulder and then turn it that way. As you start using it more and more, it'll soften up. Because I think that shoulder piece, I think that's painted. Because you can hear it sticking. I'll put it by my microphone so it's like, you hear it sticking. That's the kind of sticking sound you hear when paint's getting rubbed on plastic. So even like when you're pulling her arm, you can see it kind of bending. Like it's bending more than it's pulling. So at first when you're handling her, I would recommend just holding right here and just doing that a bunch of times to get it loose. And don't just yank it from the thing, because she's got such thin little arms, so you don't want to like mess her up by mistake. But yeah, she's pretty freaking cool. She's got like a lot of skull and bone motifs going on. She's got like silver hair, got like a dagger on her back. She's got 3 daggers. That just reminds me of Teen Wolf when the coach was telling Michael J. Fox's character what things to watch out for. One of the things he lists is like, don't date a woman with a tattoo or a dagger anywhere on her body. And I'm like, well, she's got 3 daggers, so like I said, like right here, like this is gonna be these are hot spots for this break-in. I can just tell from the way it's built. Not because they're using faulty materials, just because they're sticking to the design styles of the time, and these arms are very thin. So I could see these easily just getting like wrenched off like nobody's business. So beware, anybody who's buying this set, opening Skylla up and you're going to be doing poses with her and stuff, just take care to grab her shoulders and turn her shoulders. Don't hold her by her arms, because there's nothing there. It's just too. It'll just break. Let's see here. She's got really good hand grip. Looks like she can hold her accessories pretty well. Since the plastic is more pliable, she can actually get she can hold their magic staff. Then we could put her other dagger in this hand. So she's got something good going on with that. Shame there's no head articulation, but that usually happens with characters that have long hair because it gets in the way. She's got that. See how she can hold her little dagger, or her fatter dagger, I guess. They hold that pretty well. This is like Skylla, warrior woman. And you can have her, let's see, I guess her raven can just clip on her wrist. Yeah, it's done pretty good. Nice and solid, doesn't feel like it's gonna fall off. Then we can give her her wand, of what this wand is. Now, if you're a Dungeons & Dragons person, this can be any kind of wand. You have no idea what it can really be. So you decide. If you're an 80s D&D buff, I'm sure you can think of something. Yeah, so she's pretty good. Pretty awesome. Very cool. No foot pegs. Oh, sorry, there is one. And it has 2002 Wizards on the foot and 2002 NECA. So these will not get mixed up. And anybody who's looking to buy vintage stuff. Now, where is our Kellic? So we can compare the two. Height-wise, they're standing about the same. He's short for a character. But yeah, no, they're pretty good. I'm very excited about this set so far. I think Kellic so far is my favorite. I think he's definitely my favorite so far. But she's really cool. Let's put her robe back on. The easiest way I just figured out how to take her robe on and off is just because the neck goes like this. Just like put her feet in there. And then we will just put her arm back in, and then her other arm. She's putting on like a big t-shirt. That works out pretty good. We'll put that back in there. Okay, put her arms up. Where's that cool demon belt? Put that back on. Soft goods are always fun with toys. It gives them a bit more, realism and stuff like that. There's other material you can use. Like I make a lot of action figures, and I use different materials for different fabrics and stuff for soft goods. And certain things work better. Like this isn't bad, but this is like they call it toy fabric or something like that. This is always the problem with these stupid belts, is getting the peg back in, because it's all soft PVC, so there's no like stiff peg to really plug in there. I think we did it though. Okay, we're in. All right, we're good. Okay, she's got her belt back on. Yeah, the only thing that's weird about her is you kind of have to, like, if you look at her artwork, this is supposed to be more exposed, so you kind of have to go like that. And again, don't want to mess up her arms. So we'll have her holding her staff like this. She's ready to fight Kellic for some. She wants to take this crystal ball he found. I'll put her little raven sidekick on her other hand. Like, I shall fight you, Kellic. How will you fight me, Skylla? You're no match for me in wizardly combat. I will summon a fire elemental to stop you. Nonsense. There, get him. Alright. Yeah, so that was a review for Skylla from the San Diego Comic-Con 2002 Dungeons & Dragons Lost Wave Pack. I would highly recommend her. She's very cool. Comes with a lot of itty-bitty little accessories. So I would get yourself a little tiny, like, Ziploc baggie or something so you don't lose all these very tiny little bits. Well, she's such a small character because they did them in scale, so she's a smaller, person, so her stuff is minusculely small. But she's a really cool figure. I think she's awesome. And yeah. Keep watching Obscure Toy Files, fools! Meow. I'm pretty, but scary. Definitely scary.